Okay, so here we are Monday, and it's August the 10th. Um, this is actually the third day. Get this out of my mouth. This is the third day of my uh, monitored service, which I'm excited about because I've made a substantial amount of money over the years applying the money management that I used in trading options and futures and stocks, and it, the same money management works very well with sports betting. And sports betting is, I mean, currently I don't watch any sports because I'm boycotting due to this Black Lives Matter nonsense. But I still bet on the sports because I make a lot of money with it. So unfortunately for me, because I am a sports fan, I don't get to see any of the games. I have no interest in watching them until they, square this situation around with this racist group called Black Lives Matter. So let me show you this. I have two different money managements I follow, as I explained in yesterday's video. I have two different services that are monitoring me. There's this one here, which is called Capertech, and then there's this one here, which is called Verabet. They both monitor me, so I can't tell you one thing and then do another. I picked the same bets on both. The only difference between the two is on Capertech, I use a tiered system where you have a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3 bet. Tier 1's being my strongest bets, not necessarily, they're my strongest selections, the ones I feel the strongest about. Tier 2s are in the middle, and tier 3s are your low end. With Verabet, I'm just flat betting everything the same, whether it's a strong bet, weak bet, whatever it is, flat bet. And I'm doing that for a couple reasons. The main one being so that if you do decide to use the money management that I use with my own personal money, you will. It may be. I'm thinking it may be easier to figure out with the flat bet, but then again, we'll see. That's why I'm doing them both ways. So let's just go. We're going to go. They're all the same bets. So I'm going to go to Capertech, and I'm going to show you the bets for today, based on the tiered system. And I'm going to go slow, but then you can pause your video if you want to stop and write them down. Now, I forgot to mention before I started talking here that if you go to these services, Capertech or Verabet, and you go to my page, which the links are below the video here, you'll see that you can't see the picks unless you pay. But for those of you that have taken the time to watch my videos, you're going to get the bets for free. You're going to get the picks for free for at least a little while, as long as you watch the video. That will change, but for now, while I'm building up my first month or so of track record, you can pick up the bets right in here beforehand. So let's get on with it. Yesterday, by the way, was a very low win percentage day, but we ended up with only a minor loss because we hit a big winner, a big high odds winner at the end of the night. It was actually the last bet of the night. So if you look here, this is Sunday. This is yesterday. Now, if you remember, Saturday, all these winners, I think I was like 7-2. Win, only 2 losses. Well, the tides turned on Sunday. I'll start at the top. There was a lot of bets. Won the first one with the Capitals at 124. Then it was loss out of tier 3. A bet with the New York Yankees ended up being a loss. The Florida Marlins, which were a tier two loss, another tier three loss with the Blue Jays. Memphis Grizzlies, tier three loss. The San Antonio Spurs, that was a win, a tier three win at 139. Arizona Diamondbacks, which was a tier one. That's two losses on tier ones. That doesn't happen very often. Another Houston Astros was a tier two. That was a loss. Philadelphia 76ers, a tier two, another loss. Chicago White Sox, a tier three, a loss. And then what saved it from being a total disaster was a big hit on the Brooklyn Nets. Would look at the odds, 383. So that brought back a lot there. And as you know, the first day, this was the first day for Verabet. So you see the difference. This was all flat bets. The big one at the end, the Nets, but they're all the same bets. But if you notice, they're all 11 units, every one of them. Of course, there was the win with the. So okay, so I got a phone ringing here. So let's see here. Let's go to today. A lot of bets today too. And again, I'm going to go through them all on the Capertech site because they're tiered out. On the other site, they're just all flat bets. So let's go to Capertech. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. You got Oklahoma City, which is a tier two, 8.5 units. You got the Dallas Mavericks, which is another tier two. You got the Atlanta Braves, another tier two. You got the Toronto Raptors, which is a tier three. The Tigers, Chicago or Detroit Tigers, a tier two. The New York Mets, a tier two. We got the Indiana Pacers, which is a tier one. It looks like that's our only tier one, but we have quite a few tier twos today. You got the Twins, tier two. The Arizona Diamondbacks, tier two. The Seattle Mariners, tier three. The Denver Nuggets, tier two. And the San Francisco Giants, tier two. Now, take a look at these odds. The first thing to remember is I never lay money. So here's one that was a plus 100, which is just an even money bet. If that would have been minus 105, no bet. And so, but also watch the odds that they don't go down drastically because that could be the reason. Like if this drops from 122 down to 105, you might not want to take the bet. I know the exact percentages and the exact minimum odds. I don't have time to go into it here. But if the odds are lower than what I show here, then I probably would pass the bet if I was in your shoes. I wouldn't take it. In other words, here's one that was plus 94, especially if it's a C bet. Here, a plus 130. If this comes back at like a plus 110, you might not want to take the bet. So, okay, I went real slow here, but again, pause it and do it for yourself, so you can get the bets in. And I have to shut that door because I got people outside my office working. Okay, good luck. As always, post comments, concerns, questions, likes, subscribe to my site or my YouTube page, and feel free to take a look at my links to both Capertech and Verabet. Have a good one, and I'm going to log out.